Ah, there we are. We should be live there. So, hello, Frugal Force. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty. I'm hoping to still have the Nerd Wonder pop in anytime. I can't guarantee it because she was probably waiting for me and wondered why I didn't show up, but my power went out and then I had to reboot my internet, so it caused us to be a little late today. But I have a wonderful guest here. I'll have him introduce himself.
Hey, it's Michael Derrick from Cauldron Comics here to promote the Abductables on Indiegogo.
So the Abductables. You know, I have to ask. I
Yes.
always love to ask people about this before we even start talking about your book.
hmm
What led you to to write this book? What caused the spark for it?
I don't remember the exact like the moment that I had the idea. I think it was probably inevitable that I would do something with aliens at some point. Just because I was pretty obsessed with them as a kid. I was a big fan of the X-Files, and I think that kind of put me along the path of believing in all the alien conspiracies and stuff. So I would always, read those books about Area 51 and everything. So it was always something I was kind of obsessed with. And then, as I got older, when I sat down and thought, if I did make a comic about aliens, what direction would I go in? And I kind of just decided, you know what, let me just, because I took them so seriously in my youth, let me just go in the complete opposite direction and go in like a comedic route with it. And that's how the Abductables came about, just trying to not take aliens too seriously and just have fun with it.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
to put
because so
something
many
spin on
alien
its head.
stories are very serious with government conspiracies, and it takes it very seriously. But I thought, the Greys, you hardly ever see them in that kind of comedic context, so that would be pretty funny. And plus,
I
probe jokes.
Oh yeah, I always thought, we always get this preconception in our head that aliens would come and they'd be superior and eat us or whatever and all that stuff. What if aliens came? I always thought, and we thought they tasted good and tasted like chicken. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they'd have to be a little more advanced than us to actually reach our planet, but yeah, there's no we shouldn't sell ourselves too short. We might actually do pretty well in a fight if the aliens do decide to invade.
Yeah, maybe they're technically superior but complete wimps. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. That's actually kind of something we play around with in the book. Is we tend to overestimate the aliens a bit. They might not be as all powerful and all as wise as they like to let on. So it's kind
Absolutely.
of like when the main character wakes up on the ship, and the further he gets in the ship and learns more secrets about the Greys, it's kind of like pulling the curtain, the man behind the curtain, and seeing what the Greys are really all about, and something to behold without giving it spoilers. But yeah.
Now, how long have you been writing?
Oh man, I've been writing my whole life. Like it's just I've always had story ideas, but and I've wanted to break into the comic book industry as a writer for years, but it's only in the last year that I've really started to gain traction. Um, I started a Twitter account in last April, and I started posting my own web comics, and that led to some collaborations with artists, and just slowly building up a name for myself until I eventually launched the Abductables, which is obviously my highest profile project to date. So, but yeah,
Ah,
this is being a writer in some form or another, whether it's comics or at one point I wanted to have my own cartoon. I wanted to be a novelist, so whatever form it takes, I've always wanted to be a writer. So
awesome.
now I'm
I
doing it.
did I did get word from Nerd Wonder. She said she'll be here soon. So nobody can blame Nerd
Cool.
Wonder today. This is all my end because of technical problems. It is what it is.
Blame it on the
It can't
aliens.
be YouTube. Yeah, blame it on power and knocking out my internet. Still, it's on my end. I'll take all the blame for it. Well, that's cool. So this is your first big publishing then? Correct then?
Yeah, this is
Are we?
I did like I said, I started with some web comics, and then I did a collaboration with an artist, J. Paul Sheik. We did a short horror comic together. So that was probably my biggest profile thing until this. But yeah,
Okay.
obviously, this is actually my first crowdfunding campaign as well. So
Oh,
it's
well, it's
kind of a
pretty darn
debut of
successful
sorts.
so far. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a lot of that has to do with our artist, Ibai Canales, of Ironside's fame. He's he's got a good pedigree, so I thought I'd make a good first impression and collaborate with someone of his caliber.
Awesome. And hello, Nerd Wonders joined us.
Hello, how are you
It,
guys?
Hey, how's it going?
better now.
Sorry, I was cooking.
Apologize. Nerd, I cannot blame you. My power went out and it knocked out my internet, so I had to reboot everything.
Oh
So it
my
made me late.
goodness, that's terrible.
It's okay. It's all good. But welcome. Nerd, would you want to pull up his Indiegogo page by any chance?
Sure, can you put it in the group chat or?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. Here, I'll pop that up and put it in the group chat right now for you. Yeah, see, so I'm not as prepared as usual, doggone it, because of that. But I'm getting there. I will get this crap together eventually. I'm trying to get the group chat to pop up. I'm failing. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Group chat. There we are. Okay, nerd. It should be here in the link will be in there right now. It's also in the chat. I put it in the side for the chat for everybody too, if they wanted to pop that up and take a look at it. I'm putting it in there right now too, in case anyone wants to pull that up on another window on their computer, so they can see this. Now, we were talking too about this being a unique, spin on aliens and everything. And I think this book, I mean, it's doing great, but I still think it could be doing better. I still think it's flying under the radar a little bit, because this project,
oh, there we go.
It just looks fun.
Yeah, I think that's the main issue for a crowdfunding campaign, is just getting as many eyes on it as possible. It's funny because I follow as many Comicsgate related people on Twitter as I can, and it amazes me when I find accounts that I haven't even been following, and it's like there's so many people out there that would be into it that probably have no idea about the campaign. So it's just all about reaching as many people as possible. Oh, hey, it's Josh.
Yeah, I invited him too as well.
Hey, we're all friends here.
That's right. I like your shirt, by the way.
Hey, thank you. I actually, speaking of shirts, I just got another one in the mail today.
Okay.
Oh, classic.
Better not be porn.
No, it's the Splato Comics one from the Jawbreakers. So I've officially got 3/4 of my Jawbreakers in now, finally.
I have that shirt as well.
Mm.
So I'd show it, but I'd probably accidentally dox myself like a fool at the rate today is going.
So how you doing?
Oh, wonderful day if that happens.
94% on Abductables. Very nice. Looking good there.
Getting close. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, last time I checked, it was like 92, so we're moving up.
Well, I've got paydays tomorrow, so I'll throw in right now for you too.
Oh, thank you.
Is everyone seeing Nerd's screen now?
I think you're seeing it.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Is it of the Abductables campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abductables!
Showing on everybody else's thing, because it's not showing up on mine.
It's not showing up? I thought it was.
Damn, Nerd. Are you in a cathedral or something? So much echo.
Oh, sorry. I'm in the kitchen because I'm cooking.
Oh wow, you guys really have like a very.
I'm failing. Yeah, it's supposed to be on my end.
We're not live already, are we?
We are.
Oh, seems like from the way you guys were going on, I thought we were still figuring out technical difficulties and whatnot.
Ooh,
Well, we sure are. It's on my end, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, look.
I'm loading one of the pages right now because didn't show anything but the ring. So gotta love that.
It's looking good. Looking good. So how's everybody doing?
So it's still not showing it on my screen. So is it? Good, I guess. Is everyone actually seeing Nerd Wonder's
Yeah,
screen then?
she's
'Cause I
sharing
can't
the,
tell for
I
some
see it.
reason
the Abductables campaign, right?
Are you sure everybody can see it?
Okay, it's just on my end. I'm telling you, I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties. It's not showing up on my end, so that's why I wasn't
You're
sure.
sort of roboting too.
That's all right.
Proves.
Flying blind.
All right, well, there you go. One more for the Abductables.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
So anyway, yeah, you're almost there, almost hitting your goal. So congratulations.
Yep, we got 10 days left and almost reaching the goal. I think that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
you.
some other ones are saying they can't see it either. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to do stop on nerds, and I'm going to tell it to... Wow, yeah, it's really slow on my end.
All right.
There. I told it to stop, then it shows up. Go figure.
I'm gonna bring up the campaign.
Okay.
Or the channel.
I can see it now. Yeah, mine's
Y'all
all
are on
kinds
your
of
own.
the laggy.
I'm
I told it to stop, and then it shows.
I'm on the
718. You're not... What was that?
Frugal?
Frugal, you roboted out.
He's roboting really hard. He's gonna look for Sarah Connor in a few minutes. Everybody run!
And it's filling out like crazy. I do apologize.
Well, how y'all doing in the chat there? I see a few familiar faces. Marsupial Gamer, Michael Beacon. Got my good man.
Just a second to make sure everybody else
Umbrella
is
guy.
off the
Hey there. Hey there.
Hey there.
I mean, you gotta do that anytime Umbrella's in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Just let it be known this is all Frugal's fault.
All right, I'm gonna need you guys to carry me. Yes, it is. I'm gonna need you guys to carry me a little bit. I'm having technical difficulties because of my internet.
I got you. Boo.
So that's right. All right, so it's a sci-fi action comedy. What happens when aliens abduct the wrong man? I think that's just funny as heck and pay the price.
Best idea ever.
Yeah, and you're almost there. You have 10 days left, so come on, people, give this thing a check. It's definitely worth it. So tell us a little bit more about this book now. I know you told us how you started to think about it, but give people some inside info.
Yeah, so like you said, I think it's a pretty good idea. I'm actually surprised that no one thought of it before. I think we've all considered, what would happen if we got abducted by aliens? Like, what would we do? And I think that idea kind of spawned to, well, what if aliens abducted a 1980s action hero? Basically Arnold Schwarzenegger from Commando. And of course the consequences of that are exactly as you would expect. The alien spaceship becomes the set of a violent action movie, as you can see from some of the art. It's just a nice little visual contrast between the little gray aliens and this giant muscle-bound action hero. So it's 52 pages, and like I said before, it has art by Ibai Canales from Iron Sights.
He loves drawing gore.
Yes,
he loves the violence. I know all too well.
Yeah, I know some people aren't.
Are you saying this book is violent?
Touch.
Yeah, I mean, based on that page we're looking at. But, I like to say it's, since it's alien violence, it's not as bad. So if people are a little squeamish, they don't have to worry too much. It's just against gray aliens, so don't worry about it.
Since this is black and white, what color is their blood? That'll determine the MPAA rating.
Well, yeah, if it ever becomes a movie and we don't want to get that R rating, I suppose we'd have to make their blood green. But I like to think it's red, like the rest of us. It's a little more satisfying. Yeah,
so like a watermelon gusher.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have to admit though, your claim that nobody's ever thought of this idea is a little bit wrong, because this story does actually share some similarities with the story that I've been working on as well.
We're gonna fight through it now.
I'll see you in court.
There are some key differences though, so don't worry.
Oh yeah, like it's I'm surprised that more people haven't done like comic books up in the whole gray alien world, like there really aren't that many. Like there's plenty of movies about gray aliens specifically, but not too many comic books. So I think there's plenty of room for a lot of different takes on the genre.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, what my take from this then is when you release, you got to buy both then, and then we'll compare them.
Exactly. Pit them against each other.
Sounds like a good idea to me. And just so you know what mine's called, it's called Gate Crashers.
Ooh.
So, little teaser there. You can probably find some more information around if you scour my Twitter.
Maybe we could do a crossover.
Well, considering the some of the stuff that we've been working on, crossovers are definitely possible. I'll just say that.
There you go. It's a big universe, so
it's a big multiverse.
Oh.
So yeah, it looks like I'm contributor number 158 on the Abductables. I got mine. Go get yours, everybody.
Awesome, thank you.
That's right.
And speaking of campaigns with not much time to go, our own campaign, the ever lovable Juan Pool, is also ending soon, in 2 days, in fact. If anybody's been following the campaign, one of the things that we've introduced with our campaign is the lightning round stretch goals. Little thing of my own creation. Basically, if we hit certain goals by a certain point, like a closely determined time frame, like say we're getting close to a certain goal, like our 7K stretch goal for the 3 pinups or the 2 pinups. I'll say I put it out there on the campaign, out on Twitter, on Facebook. I say, if we hit that goal in the next, like, let's say 4 or 5 days, then we'll also add this extra little thing. We've done 2 lightning goals already. The first one was for an additional pinup by Carl O'Rowe of Deathsworn. And that was for getting us to full funding on day 1. The second one was for sticker sheets of the Revengers. And that one was for hitting the 7K within a certain period of time. And our current one is for Wanpool logo pins, button pins. And that is if we hit the 10K stretch goal before the end of the campaign. So before the end of the 2 days, those last 2 days. And the 10K stretch goal is also really good because that's going to be additional story content heading out to people as well.
You don't want to miss out.
No, you don't. So enlist in the army of one today.
So just to make sure I got this right, neither the Abductables or Wanpool are kid-friendly, really.
Well, Wanpool, I mean, it depends on your idea of kid-friendly, because, I mean, like you can see here, there's a little bit of fat guy, but I mean...
Well, here, let me put it on your screen. Let me put it on so you're presenting at the moment, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure.
If it'll actually work this time.
It's working. But yeah, like you can see in this panel here, a preview of issue 1. There's a part there where there's issue 1. Yes, there's a little bit of fat guy butt, but I mean, I don't think it gets any racier than that. So I think it's pretty good for most people.
Blur out the fat guy butt.
Cheesecake.
Indeed.
Well, I definitely want to review both of these books. So.
Yeah, Umbrella guy in the chat saying Wanpool is a good read, and he is correct. Sorry, man. I love your voice. You're fun.
And this
You're fun to imitate.
I'm jealous. I haven't got to read it yet.
Frugal, you seriously look at the Abductables and you ask the question if this is kid friendly or not. The guy looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I don't think this is Mr. Mom or whatever and Jingle All the Way or whatever.
Y'all say that, but I feel like it's definitely not all ages, but I'd say maybe 13 and up. Like I think any young boy would enjoy the Abductables, because really the violence, it's an action comedy, so it's got a really like lighthearted tone. So it's almost the violence is really kind of cartoony.
Lots of one-liners.
Yeah, a lot of one-liners, and yeah, it's bloody, but like I said, it's alien blood, so it's not that bad.
Well, just
And-
for the record, when I do these interviews and stuff, I actually do my homework and research into them a bunch. I just play stupid so I can ask questions to
Of
have
course.
people find that out.
Yeah,
So,
Frugal.
yeah.
He blows off the guy's head in like one of the first issues. I don't think you should show
Oh, I know.
this
I
to
laughed.
Frugal. This is
I laughed
funny
like
as
crazy
heck,
when I
though.
seen that.
I mean, I would have
It's like
loved
that.
a comic like that as a kid.
Yeah.
So
I
don't
kind of
know,
want
maybe
to.
I'm a
I
little-
kind of imagining a squeaky toy noise.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that makes it not as horrific.
I guess everybody said they didn't see the wand pool page when I put it up. So, because as I said, it's not working. It says it's presenting on my screen right now, and it's not showing. So go figure.
Yeah, it looks like it's presenting Nerd Wonder right now.
It is.
I'm just
That's-
looking at all these. I mean, I just have the question at this point: Is he the main character, or are the aliens the main character? This is like some sort of horror, because it's like, oh man, we effed up this time, Greg. This is all on you.
What we're actually seeing is the Abductables. This from the Abductables there.
Yeah, it's
It's just
at least
you're not trying to take this seriously. It's a fun book. It's just fun.
Well, at least the
Yes.
first part of the book, I mean, the big, muscly Arnold Schwarzenegger-looking guy, he is the main character.
Yeah.
But the first part of the book is, in a way, kind of from the aliens' perspective, because I think one of the initial ideas behind it was to kind of flip the dynamic of the original Ridley Scott Alien movie, where you have a crew of people who are running from an alien organism that's killing everybody one by one. But in this case, we flipped it to where it's the human who's killing all the members of the crew one by one, and it's the aliens who are running for their lives. So, but yeah, after the beginning, it does become more about the abductee himself rather than the aliens.
This is really fun. I'm just looking at this. If you want, I could put up wand pool as well.
Well, yeah,
You do.
you might want to do that because I can't evidently do anything, and it might cut off on you in any moment's notice and go to him because it says right now that I've on yours. I have the option to present to everybody because I've already stopped it, but it didn't do it. Because
All right, don't worry, I'll get it. Hang on, Indigo
Yeah.
wand pool. Hang on, I have to write that and do it that way. Wand pool, because I already backed it.
Oh, you did you?
Well, I have to support Mr. Marvel. Ay.
So what tier did you go for? Did you get the poster? Did you get the T-shirt, or did you
I
get
want
everything?
I want all the things, but I'm poor right now.
I'm waiting for the tier that comes with Wanpool blood.
Blood.
Okay,
Oh, that
See
tier
this?
doesn't exist.
this one's the best.
No, we're not Stan Lee's handlers.
You
Oh,
get a
darn.
shirt. You get a T-shirt, which is baller, but then there's the poster, which is baller, and then there's everything, which is a really good deal, and then there's a cute plushie, but that's gone.
And if you've been following our Mine and Mr. Marvel's Twitter, then you will have seen the official poster that is going to be included, and that's this one here. If you guys can see mine at all, I don't know. Maybe you can see it in the corner there.
Yeah, I see it. Looks good.
Yeah, it's a
That-
fantastic
that?
poster.
It's
that-
beautiful.
That's Luigi Teruel. He's the guy who does the art for Rags.
Yeah.
Wow,
And-
it looks really good.
Yeah, and we actually we had a hard time because he gave us a few different options for posters he could do for us, and we couldn't decide, so we decided to go with both.
There you go.
So we're actually going to have two options for the poster instead of just the one, and people who take the poster tier will get to choose between them. But then, of course, the everything tier gets both.
I like how both of these heroes are completely different physical shapes.
Much to decide, but I don't know. There's the.
What the heck?
I think she
There's-
came.
Editor
If
guess.
there's ever an Abductables cartoon, Nerd Wonder can voice the aliens.
Oh,
I'd be just like screaming curse words. at the one guy who thought, let's go to the military base, he said. It'll be fun, he said. Fuck you, Gary.
Oh.
Well, what you got to do is you got to make like the Conehead language in that movie. Make flark, lork, bark, mlimbarv, florzar.
You gotta do it like the Animaniacs when they got abducted by aliens, and you know the aliens are really pissed off by how they sound as they get angrier, even and that they keep altering, like they have translations on the bottom for the aliens, and Yakko keeps altering the translation so they can get away with things. It was great.
So, with the Abductables, was there any reason you chose not to be in color? Was it for cost, or you figured it'd look better in black and white or grayscale or whatever you want to call it?
Well, yeah, cost was definitely a concern, but also I really personally I'm a big fan of the grayscale look, and that's kind of like Canales' signature style. A lot of his work, including Iron Sights and his comic Decimators, are in that old school grayscaled Zipatone. So yeah, and plus I think it definitely fits the book itself. It kind of gives it a retro sci-fi feel with the black and white and the grayscale. So I think it definitely suits the project. But yeah, I would definitely be open to coloring it at some point in the future, maybe as a re-release. But for now, yeah, we're just...
I think you brought up a great point, though. I think with the aliens and stuff, that it really does fit well.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they are gray aliens, so there you go.
Well, it reminds me of like those older kind of horror comics, but yeah, like I always saw stuff like that. That kind of art with the gray aliens always seemed to be in black and white. I don't think you ever see much color back then, like when I was a kid growing up with those stories.
Right.
Yeah.
And even when we did, they tended always, if they were some kind of color, they always had that grayish tone and everything. So I just thought it was a really good choice.
Maybe they are green. Maybe that's why everyone thinks that they're gray aliens, is because of all of the old artwork. They all kept it grayscale to keep that spooky vibe.
And I think the cover would make a great T-shirt. I mean, probe this mother straight on the...
Yeah, we might actually we might change the tagline on the cover. I don't know if people might be, we censored out the one letter, so it's not completely vulgar. But yeah, we might change that tagline. But yeah, I agree. I think that would make a great T-shirt. That is something we would like to look into, is getting a T-shirt for sure. So, and yeah, Canales, that cover, Canales colored that himself. So as you can see, he's actually really good at coloring his own work.
And so once again, this is a 52-page one-shot comic book, written by Michael Derrick here, right? And once again, you're probably familiar with his work if you've seen Iron Sights for the artwork in here as well. But I got to make sure I don't screw this all up.
The artwork from the great Ibai Canales, who's unfortunately been banished from Twitter, so you don't hear from him too much. But
why are all the cool people banished from Twitter? We lost a lot of cool people. We lost Captain Cummings, DNC.
Well, DNC left by
Canales,
choice, I believe, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Alex Jones, who's really funny to watch sometimes.
Oh,
I mean, he says some weird things, and it's like I kind of miss that weird guy, but
I totally miss
I don't know. He says some really dark. He says bad things too, and it's like you deserve to go to the corner.
Another thing I liked, from what I've seen in the panels of the artwork, and maybe you can see if Nerd Wonder scrolls down, is the fight scenes in the it's just like their faces mush in when the guy punches them.
Let's go to that. Let's go to the fist fight. There's a fist fight scene, guys. Okay.
You can tell which parts he likes drawing best.
yes.
It's like he punches right through that guy. It's just, and then the next panel after he punches through that guy, he's just on his knees like, oh crap. It just this look on his face like he knows.
Yeah, very, very over the top.
It's great. Like you could definitely see, like it's a lot of movement and so forth. I love it with the bloody nose. Like he just punches the guy, and it's already like.
Yeah, that's one of the jokes with that fight is you can't. I don't know if you could tell from that page, but the gray that he's fighting there is actually like really big and muscular. So that's kind of like the Gray's backup plan. Like when all else fails, they call in the big guns and bring in this big mutated Gray who's even bigger than the abductee.
Oh my God.
Just as you can see, just because he's big and muscular doesn't mean he's necessarily good in a fight. And,
I love that how everybody is like, yeah, we're saved, and you can literally see he's a big hulking one immediately when you see the shadow, and it's like equal height to him, and I'm like, oh, they got a big one.
Yep.
Of course, he's just a big pansy after he gets punched towards. He's like,
yep. Yeah, he was their reinforcements, but unfortunately, he can't take a punch. So
no, he can't. They should have checked that.
Yeah,
man, they are the worst organized abduction.
Well,
group.
I mean, when would a gray alien ever be in a fist fight? You know, before this, there's really something that they wouldn't have planned for. So,
I think it would happen more often if they're trying to probe people.
Yeah.
Well,
you think you would at least bring out something.
Yeah. We have to be willing to fight. Be ready to fight at any moment when you're probing people. I'm just saying.
I think, and then I don't know if that's actually one of the preview pages, but there is a page where they actually arm up and get some laser guns at their disposal as a way to fight back. So, you know, it's not going to be completely one-sided. They definitely will come up with a bunch of different ways to try to fight back against this guy, but more often than not, they end up not doing too well.
Now, I got to ask, do you think Wanpool can take this guy?
Which guy?
The guy that's murdering all the aliens?
You're the protagonist here.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask what
that's
would happen
that's a tough call. With a one-on-one fight? One-on-one?
I want to believe.
Maybe not, but I don't know.
Can we
has a pretty interesting power.
If you guys do a team up in Wanpool and this, can we do a poster that says "I want to believe" as Juan is getting abducted?
That's funny, but you know, at the end of the day, Wanpool is 150% Mr. Marvel's baby. So any creative decisions are entirely through him.
Well, if we ever do a crossover, it'll be a alternate universe where it's actually Wanpool who gets abducted by aliens, and then we can see how that plays out.
Sweet.
I'm all for
this
all
happened because the aliens failed to warm up that metal probe first.
It's like the only other time I see gray aliens being used was in the Silent Hill games. That if you accomplish it far enough into the game, if you do a special ending, you have to do a bunch of hoops to get them. But they always had these special endings that always had little gray aliens abducting one of the characters.
Huh.
Were you trying to say you're better at Silent Hill than the rest of us? Is that what you're trying to say?
Nah, I just looked them up online.
I didn't get that dog ending yet. So.
Oh, the dog ending in 2? Oh my gosh, it makes perfect sense. The dog.
So, speaking of, you know, getting cool things and all, the Abductables, you have several different perks that you can select from. So people have a lot of choices. You want to tell us about the perks so they can,
definitely
get what choices they get?
Yeah. So our main perk is just the physical copy of the book, which all physical copies of the book do come with the digital as well. So just in case people were wondering about that. So you can either get the physical book or you can get 2 copies of the physical book at a discount, which I know a lot of people prefer that option because they like to save one and then have one to read, you know, for collectors. And then,
or you can get one and give the other one as a gift.
Yeah, definitely.
That guy's fat.
Yeah, and we do have the digital only tier for $8. I know there's some people are a little iffy about if these Indiegogo campaigns should have a digital option. I just went ahead and said, you know what, I'd like to give people as many options as possible. And I know it's rare, but some people do actually read digital only, so I didn't want them to be left out.
Well, I think options is good. The more options you give people, the more choice they have to get what fits them. I don't see an issue.
Exactly. And plus, we're still trying to figure out international shipping. That price could be pretty steep for people. So some of the international backers prefer just to go digital to save on shipping.
Shipping internationally for me has cost me sometimes like $30, $35.
Yeah, it's it gets pretty steep. That's definitely one of the things I noticed, because I was lucky enough. I'm launching. I launched my campaign the March 8th, I guess. So obviously, a lot of these campaigns already went through fulfillment before I even started mine. So I was definitely taking notes and seeing how these campaigns played out, and that was definitely one of the big issues that tend to come up, was people underestimating the shipping costs for international. So we still kept it lower than we should have, probably. Our shipping for international is $15, but I'm willing to take that cost. I'm willing to lose some of that money for international shipping, just because you want to do right by your readers, and that's fine if it cuts into cost a little bit. But as far as the rest of the perks, we have the bulk order, which is 10 copies of the book, including the digital copy, and that's at a discount. And then the final perk was the Get Abducted perk, which gets you actually drawn into the book as a background character. But luckily, all 3 of those have sold out. So we've already got that. So we'll have 3 people from the community drawn into the book as alien abductees.
See, I wanted to get in on that. I really did. But I was too slow. Slow.
Maybe there's 10 days left. Maybe there's time to hurry up and add another tier, get probed or something. You can be in the book and get probed in the book.
Well, that was something I definitely had to make clear to people who did want to consider being drawn into the book, that don't worry, you won't actually be probed in the book. So if that was a concern of yours, don't worry, you won't get probed, unless you want to, I guess. But I mean, some people might want that. But
that's awesome. See, it's a lot of choices and things for people to go to pick from. Did you want to go over the perks for Wanpool as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
And before we get to that, the perks on Wanpool, that, correct me if I'm wrong, but that character Wanpool was created as part of a challenge that Captain Cummings had on his YouTube channel.
That's right. Now, I wasn't around for that because I wasn't really a regular watcher of Captain Cummings' streams at the time. But yeah, he was an entry for one of his meme contests. And I guess, I don't know if he was the winner of that one or not. I think he was. I think he was the winner of that meme contest. But yeah, like a lot of people kept talking to Troy, saying like they wanted to know more about Wanpool, and they liked the character. They wanted to know more. And eventually he was just like, all right, you know what? If I'm ever going to do a comic book, this is the one I got to start with, because this is the one people want to read, And it's true. I mean, you take one look at him, and I'm just like, who is this big fat guy in pink with like the maraca katanas and the Speedo and like the too tight outfit? I'm just like you just want to know more. And then the more you delve into it, the more you want to know too. Like if anybody's read the comic, and as you can see in the campaign there, issue 1, you can get right away if you want to through Comic Central. I believe it's on sale for only $1 too. So if you want to get a sneak peek of what Wanpool brings to the table as far as entertainment goes, definitely check that out. If you're on the fence, if you're sold already and you want to see like a hilarious parody superhero comic that pokes fun at outrage culture and the mob rule of today that we see so often, and all that forced diversity stuff that they're pushing in mainstream comics. It's amazing satire, but then while you're laughing at it, you're also going to start really getting invested in the story, really getting invested in the mystery surrounding the plot, and in the characters as well. You start to realize that you're actually by the end of the first issue, you start to realize, well, damn, I'm invested. I'm attached. I like these characters. I love these characters. I want to see where they go. I want to see what they do, and I want to tag along on this fantastic ride. Tell me more. And that's what I wanted. I've been constantly trying to get Troy to get on issue 2, and I realized after a while that the only way I was going to do it is if I got him some goddamn money for it. So so I decided to help him out by managing his Indiegogo campaign for him.
Well, in his defense, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I have been putting in the hours. Let me tell you, son.
Yeah, it's definitely running a campaign is a lot. I definitely underestimated just how much work it is with promoting and getting the word out, and even for our campaign, the artwork's actually done, but I'm actually lettering the book throughout the campaign, so I have that on top of everything else. So yeah. It could get pretty exhausting to keep it all going, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I've also been trying to do as much as I can to keep things interactive with the campaign throughout, so that it doesn't stagnate too much, especially within the middle of the campaign. So one of the things that I did there was these quantifications for people on Twitter. So people could buy a custom piece of art from me. They give me their profile picture that they want quantified, and then I would take that and I would turn it into a OnePool-esque kind of character. And they're a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun with these. And where are they? There they are. So I had a bunch here.
I think we're on Nerd's Wonder screen. I can try to put it on yours. I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, let's give it another shot. See if it works.
All right, I just told it to. So as I said, on my end, it's not working right now. But.
It told me that you ended my presentation. But So
what if it's not my screen share? Will it happen if I turn off mine?
Maybe.
Well, I did. But I'm waiting for it to actually pop it up. As I said, for some reason on my end, it's not working right at all. Sporkman, trust me, I did it. It says he's presenting on my.
Well, if it's presenting Nerd Wonder, why don't you full screen the Hangout, and then you could click on me.
Oh, good.
Thank God Josh knows all this technical stuff.
I do promise you, I am doing it right. It says on my computer I did it, I swear.
Everybody can read the group chat. Get out of here. Nobody needs.
There we go.
There you go. Now you can see it. Okay, so here's some of the ones that I did. So this was a lady that calls herself Admiral Sherratt on Twitter. So I turned her into the good Admiral Lady Pouchington.
I know that lady.
Oh wow!
I love
it. Then there's this fella. He calls himself Guardian Angel. He's got that halo around his head. So I turned him into the Quesadilla Kid.
Dang, you really you're putting more into it than just putting the OnePool costume on him. You're actually like customizing it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're fully customized characters. It's quantified. They're not like, I'm not just turning them into OnePool. I'm not just slapping the OnePool costume on them and calling it a day. I'm having fun with it. It's a real character design exercise of sorts, and it's $15. That's what I was charging. And what I was doing was they'd pay me $15. I'd redo their avatar as a quantified character, and then I would take that $15 and I would put it back into the campaign. And then what I would do with that in particular is, once I got to a certain amount made from the quantifications, I would take those, I would buy a tier from the OnePool campaign, and I would do a giveaway. So we've done 3 giveaways so far. And there was 2 for the number 1 and 2 physical. So we did 2 of those, and then we did the final one was for an everything bundle, and that one ended up going to Pixel Trader. Lucky guy.
Oh.
So it's Kid Quesadilla. This guy made his own quantification, and then I just updated it. He just wanted me to kind of make it HD, I suppose.
Gave it the One Punch Man treatment.
Exactly. John De La Rose became Juan De La Rose. This girl here, Sarah something, I think, but I turned her into Juanum. I gave her the Juanum symbiote.
Whoa.
This guy, he just sent me like a picture of a baby, so I was just like, all right, there we go, little baby Juan Pool. This guy here, I'm sure you guys have seen this guy around. I turned him into the Taco Mancer.
Nice.
Summoning
He's doing the
tacos.
pit salt guy thing.
Then this guy, Man of Sex, became the Man of Mechs. Instead of pocket squares, he has the pocket taco.
Nice.
Saxius became Mexius with his churro of justice.
Oh, geez.
Spider Guy Shane became the mansplaining male gaze.
I love that one.
Cyrena just became Cypool. I gave her a nice, pretty pink bow in her hair too. You know,
She looks very pretty.
just to be extra patriarchal.
I'm severely triggered by all this Mexican cultural appropriation.
I feel like
Hey,
a
I mean,
that only makes 75 cents compared to your dollar.
hey, if you ain't appropriating, then you just ain't playing the game right. All right.
Very cool.
But yeah. If you want to go over the Wampool stuff, like I mean, we've got like pretty great
Let's go over
value.
the tiers so that way people can understand and hear about your tiers because you've only got a few days left.
Yeah, we only have 2 days. You only have 2 days left. So you know, we've got number 1
Ghost
or number
days.
2. So if you've already read number 1 digitally and you just want to get number 2, you can do that just fine. If you don't like digital, you only do physical, fair enough, and you only want to get number 1 to check it out, fine, you can do that too. My personal recommendation, of course, is to get both together. Get the set. You know, that's clearly the most popular choice of the 192. And then, of course, we've got the number 1 and 2 physical plus the T-shirt. And the T-shirt is the Ask Me About My Shitpost Agenda shirt that Radnem wears, one of the characters that is introduced in issue 2 of Wampool, and one that is very close to Troy's heart. So I've already got mine. I got the prototype in the other day, and I love it. It fits great. It's through Crypto Fashion, so you know they do a really good job. They have very nice quality shirts, very soft. Then we've got the number 1 and 2 plus the poster, and that is a 24 by 36 poster by Rags artist Luigi Teruel. And I'll bring up the I'll bring that up here. Now we have 2 different. Oh right, I'm already in there. We have 2 different designs for it. This is poster A. And then we have a B poster as well that he's working on. So when you pick the poster tier, you get to choose between one or the other, right? You won't get to choose from the campaign. We're going to have to do something after the campaign, like a backer kit thing to get your choice off of you. But then after that, we've got the Everything Bundle. And the Everything Bundle comes with everything. So you get number 1 and 2 physical. All tiers come with digital on top of the physical as well. You get the T-shirt and you get both posters. But also one of the tiers that we hit for our stretch goals was trading cards. And with the trading cards, every single issue is going to get a trading card in it. So if you get 1 issue, you're going to get 1 trading card. If you get 2 issues, you're going to get 2 trading cards. But the only way you can get all 5 of the trading cards is if you get the Everything Bundle. That's the only way to get all 5 cards. And there's 5 different characters. There's Wampool, Radical Nemesis, Robbie, that's Wampool's boyfriend, that you see right there with the fine booty. And then there's Badger Bitch and a new character that hasn't yet been revealed called Straight Arrow. So yeah, like we've been doing a lot to try and see what we can do to like really give people as much value as possible. So the lightning round goals were a fun idea. So because we got funded within 24 hours, you know, we got a pinup that we're going to send out with to everybody, every backer. from Carl Oro from Deathsworn. He's an amazing artist, so that's a really, really great, thank you, I think. Then we've got the stickers, and those are being designed by a lady by the name of Raven, and I'll show you some of those as well.
While you're getting that, two things I want to mention. Where is it? Image or Mega Arts. I'm planning to get the 2 physical copies, but I haven't decided if I want the shirt or the poster. And Mike Parlett said, "Can I get a Wanpool size shirt?"
Yes, you can get a Wanpool size shirt. I think we go all the way up to 4XL.
Holy cow!
Or maybe 3XL. I don't know. One of those. But yeah, we made sure to have it in
war in 5XL.
Well, I don't think you can even get the 5XL from Crypto Fashion. But I made sure to get as high as we possibly could for that, because I know that we got a few big boys around. So
to get any better than that, you'd need to buy a pink donut.
Yeah. But this is an example of one of the stickers that we're going to be including, done by this lovely artist called Raven. And it's going to be the Revengers. This is the indie comics Avengers, essentially, with Wanpool. Then there's J-Pop, who's one of my characters. He's like a big old alien weeaboo. There's there's Sugar Lightspeed from Little Girl Lethal. Aldrake from Dragoon Knight Aldrake. We've got Sporkman from Sporkman. We've got Jack Irons from Jack Irons, and we've got some more. We've got Amar from the Ferryman, which also just started their Indiegogo for the 2nd issue as well. We've got a character called Helen from an artist called Ariel. You might know her as That Comic Gal. That was a character for a comic she was working on before she kind of disappeared from the internet. We've got Anastasia from our good friend Tank. So yeah, there's a lot of fun characters that are going to be included in the stickers.
All right, so if you haven't already checked it out, check out Wanpool Journey of the Wand, issue 1 and 2. It's got 2 days left. It's already past its goal, but as well as its flex goals, it's doing great. So if you haven't, go ahead and give that a shot.
Yeah, and to the person who asked about whether to do poster or T-shirt, my personal preference is the T-shirt, because I love wearing my heart on my sleeve. I love wearing my shitpost agenda on my chest.
Excellent. And going back to, once again, another one, the Abductables, it only has 10 days left, and it's 95% to the way of its fixed goal. I think we can push this thing. Let's get this.
So close, yet so far.
Let's get some people abducted here.
What was the goal again on that?
5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're close.
Yeah,
we'll get you there. We'll get you there.
Appreciate that. I probably should mention some other benefits that all backers will receive on the Abductables campaign.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, so any perk that you get is going to include 3 additional things. The first of which is a thank you page in the book, which will list the names of all the backers or their usernames, whatever they prefer. So if you want to see your name in print, all backers will be thanked in the book. Also, there will be a community art gallery for all the Abductables fan art that has been sent in. So
that's fun.
Yeah, so if you want to see your artwork in print, just send it in before the deadline, before the campaign ends, and you will be featured in the book. It's not a contest or anything. It's just whoever sends stuff in, you'll be in the book. So,
have you received much community art yet?
Yeah, it's funny because I've gotten like multiple pieces from like the same people, but off the top of my head, I think we have at least 6 different separate entries already. So, and I'm hoping to get some more.
Nerd, Nerd, could you put it back on the Abductables page? Would that be possible?
Yeah, let me
Thank
go.
you.
Boop out.
Nerd's awesome. I wouldn't be able to do this without her.
I help all the time. I think I may not be a very good. I don't know.
Let's just go to the Abductables here.
We are sharing. Hold on.
Whatever
Going
Cut out,
the
cut out the middleman. There you
That's
go.
right.
Nice.
So you've already got them. I can't wait to see the fan art. I love when, I don't know about you. How good does it make you feel when people give you fan art based on your original work?
Oh, that's the best feeling.
So great.
Yeah, it really
I love
is.
it when they include it in the trade paperbacks and stuff like that. That's always really fun.
Yeah, that's it wasn't even something that was originally part of the campaign, but because I started getting in, people did start sending in fan art. I figured I should definitely add that as a feature of the campaign because I feel like all this amazing fan art deserves to see print. So it will definitely be cool. Like I said, we've got probably around 6 submissions so far, but I know of a couple of people that are actually working on theirs. So it'll probably be more than that. And the other thing that you get if you back the book is we'll be sending out a PDF to all backers. It'll be a PDF file full of behind the scenes content, including character designs, artwork from pencils to inks, the full script. I'm no Alan Moore, but I think I can be pretty wordy in my script, so it'll be a hefty document included in there as well. And plus, everything that we include will have a commentary from me and Canales. So we'll have little blurbs beside everything that kind of give our insight into the making of the book. So it'll be a nice bonus feature for everybody if they're curious about how the book came together and what our thought process was behind everything.
I think that's really cool. People are going to get a lot of additional insight of how how it all developed. I think it's really cool. I wish more people would do that.
Yeah. Personally, I'm definitely a fan of the behind the scenes stuff. That it's almost like the director's commentary, like behind the scenes feature you'd see on a movie. That's kind of our equivalent of that. Is this big PDF file full of all kinds of cool stuff, like I said, character sketches and everything. So
I'm a big fan of that stuff too. I've always been a big fan of behind the scenes stuff, particularly because of like the DVDs and stuff when they brought that out.
Yeah.
I was an instant fan of that. Some of the best. Oh my god, some of the movies that came out with behind the scenes material, like I actually ended up like watching the behind the scenes stuff more than the actual movie.
Yeah.
Like the Alien quadrilogy, that had some fantastic special features.
Oh yeah. So I will say James Cameron's Aliens, that kind of turned me off of director's cuts for a while because the Aliens director's cut, it really it's not good. Like, I mean, it's basically the same.
Cut it out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's basically the same movie plus like 2 scenes, but it's like those scenes definitely were. It was right that they cut those scenes, so it's like I don't trust director's cuts as much as I should now because of that. But yeah. But if it's a movie I haven't seen before, I probably will just go for the director's cut since I don't have any like bias beforehand. But don't watch the Aliens director's cut.
Mike Parlett asked, "Does he have a foul mouth like Duke Nukem?"
No, he's it's funny. He's kind of like a stoic man of few words. And it's in stark contrast to the Greys, who in my book they tend to they talk a lot. They're kind of like cartoon characters. They tend to run off and say some really stupid things. That they have like really goofy dialogue. So it's kind of the contrast. You'd expect the Grey aliens to be the stoic, silent, unknowable creatures, but it's actually the other way around, where it's the human who's pretty stoic, and it's the aliens who are blabbermouths. So.
Oh, cool. Michael Beacon said, "Just hug them with your fist until their eyes pop out."
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all.
That's exactly
really
what it does do.
There's no violence here. That was all just love. Give
It's
him
not
a
his fault they're so squishy.
He just doesn't understand our ways.
hug. He is a big dude. He must work out.
Yep. Yeah, that was. I think I described him in the script as Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. So I think you could kind of see the influence there. He's basically the amalgamation of every '80s action hero. So Arnold and Dolph Lundgren and all the rest.
We need Steven Seagal, is it? Yeah, Steven Seagal.
Maybe
Sylvester Stallone.
Yep. Maybe a little Jean-Claude Van Damme.
There we go. Maybe go a little bit back. Get some Chuck Norris in there.
Oh yeah, he's not quite as combat proficient as Chuck Norris, but he's pretty close.
I guess you wouldn't have to be when you're that big. And he's got some pretty cool guns too.
Oh yeah, he definitely gains a hefty arsenal as he works his way through the ship. He starts collecting ray guns and laser cannons and all kinds of cool stuff. So he won't just be using his fist the entire time.
So nerd, are you going to do a chibi style of this guy?
That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we do have the community art gallery, so if we'd love to see your art style in there for sure.
Can you do a buff chibi? Is that even possible?
Yes, you can.
Totally.
I mean, have you ever seen Fullmetal Alchemist with Louis Armstrong?
No, I have not.
Oh, you'd love him. Yeah, when they chibify him, they show him off, showing off all his muscles because he's a big, muscular, mustached guy who always breaks his shirt, says he's showing off his muscles constantly.
Oh, I hear Wanpo breaks his shirt, but I don't think it's because of muscles.
Yeah, pretty sure it ain't.
No, it's because his boyfriend tears it off because he wants some.
Yeah, he's such a hot boyfriend. His boyfriend's too hot for him. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
Hey. Some people chase the chubbies.
I'm not comfortable with all this fat shaming.
No, it's the opposite of fat shaming. This is a body positive stream. Okay. Okay.
Michael Beacon said, "Is crossover art good for the gallery?"
Oh, that's a good question.
What? I'm sorry. Like, what does he mean by that? Like,
I think he means like characters from different books. Draw that way it can get in. With your character, with somebody else.
If it's another character with characters from the book, that should be fine. Obviously, I definitely do want it to be like characters from the Abductables. So, but yeah, I guess I just have to do a case by case basis. But I mean, like I said, this isn't an art contest or anything. So anybody who sends something in is going to be put in the book. So,
Amiga Arts asks, "Where can I submit my fan art of the Abductables? I'm interested!" Exclamation point. He's really excited about it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so if you have Twitter, you can reach out to me there at Cauldron Comics. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so I'll be easy to find there. But in case you don't have a Twitter, you can just email it to me as well, cauldroncomics@gmail.com. Yeah, those would be the two best ways to reach out to me and send in your stuff.
All that, just rewatch the video again a bunch of times. Shame on me. Or hit them up, ask them, or hit somebody else up. They'll help you get that too as well. Excellent. Awesome. Very, very cool. Is there anything else either you wanted to share about these your Indiegogos today? Or I don't want to leave anything out.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that is back so far. This community is really amazing, and we're constantly humbled by people's excitement for this character and this project and their generosity. And spread the word, buy a copy and help us get to that 10K stretch goal for additional story content for everybody. And if we hit it within the 2 days, everybody's also going to get those Wampool logo button pins. So good reasons.
That's right. Spread the love. How about you, Mike, with the Abductables? Anything else that you wanted to share? I don't want to miss anything now.
Yeah, just exactly what Josh said. Just a big thank you to everybody who's been supportive of the book, everybody who's backed the book or who's helped spread the word. It's really appreciated. We got 10 days left on the campaign. Still got a ways to go, but I think we can get there. But we do need your help. So if you like what you see, please do check out the campaign page, watch the campaign video, check out all the awesome artwork on there, and do please back the book. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Like I said, it's a sci-fi action comedy. It doesn't take itself too seriously. So if you like over-the-top cartoon violence, you're going to have a lot of fun with the book. So do check it out.
The bare minimum I can say is please at least check the sites out. Hey, maybe this comic's not for you, but you know somebody it is for. Spread the word of them or get it for them as a gift.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, if anybody you think might be interested, please do help spread the word. That's the biggest thing, is just getting the word out to as many people as possible.
And how about you, Nerd? Do you have anything you want to add?
I think this looks really good. This reminds me of cool video games that we don't get anymore. Like that one video game we keep being told is going to be made and they don't ever make it. Remember that game where this guy gets abducted by aliens and he's like from really, really way back in the day? And so he has just a bunch of arrows and maybe a spear. And he's all like, pew, pew, pew. But they never made it. They were like, hey, we're going to make it. They never did. They lied.
He got caught and probed.
Oh, that's
well.
At least this guy won't.
That's why we need to make the Abductables a huge success so we can get that video game.
Marsupial Gamer said ET2.
ET2, the revenge alien has come back and he ain't happy.
You know that actually that was the premise for a second ET movie initially.
Yeah, I heard that he was going to be like, he was kidnapped by enemy aliens and they were going to tour around to try and ET had to go rescue him or something. It sounded terrible. Like
it sounded terrifying, but I actually really like that idea. I would have loved to see that movie. I would have loved to have seen that.
So like Taken, but with ET.
Yeah, except I don't think ET could have helped him because it was revealed or something like that with the lawyer or something like that ET was just a baby.
No, ET has a very select special set of skills.
He's
certain words.
You know, I always my thoughts on ET is the planet got rid of him because he was retarded, and so they sent him away.
Is it like that episode of Freakazoid with Moron and that apparently they just kind of dumped his butt down there and he was
I've never seen Freakazoid, so I wouldn't know.
Anyway, I got it.
Did you cut out there, Nerd? I think she muted herself. Something must have happened. Well, or she's got tech issues. Who knows? You never know around here today.
Oh my God, she's dead!
The aliens just got her. She's getting probed right now. She was talking about them and they caught her. You guys cover your butts.
I mean, that's just how it is with the Greys, you know? I mean, you could be taken at any time. Their technology is so much more superior than ours. So, you know, watch your butts.
Exactly. Protect your back holes.
Who knows? Maybe she'll like it and she'll never come back. Terrible.
Don't blame the victim.
Was it good for you?
Well, E.T. did have long fingers that glowed, right? Ara Glimian said he loved E.T. in theaters. He said, I was 8 and I loved the bike scene. I think everybody loved the bike scene. It was a good movie.
See, I first saw E.T. when I was about 3 years old, and it terrified me. I was terrified by
that. The scene where when he first sees him in the crop field and he's like screaming at him.
Oh,
that scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Or the part where he's all like pale and sickly.
Oh yeah, that was
nasty. Freaked me out, man. Freaked me right the fuck out.
I'm glad you said it. I was afraid to admit it, but yeah, that movie kind of scared me too as a kid.
So would it have scared you more if E.T. was out in the cornfield and all of a sudden the children of the corn surrounded him?
That probably would have been less scary than this deformed-looking creature screaming with the flashlight in his face out of nowhere. That was just... I mean, how did they come up with that design? He looks so weird. Like, it's not based on any... it's not like he's a gray. Like, he's just some weird design. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I feel like the reason why E.T. was kind of scary to some of us was because he was just... I don't know. Maybe it's like that that feeling you get where something like is cute or is like supposed to be unassuming, but there's something about it that just seems off. Maybe it was because it was animatronic, but it gave me that sort of fight or flight response like immediately as a kid. Like something felt off about him. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't trust the nice ones.
Yeah.
They're aliens. Come on, you can't trust aliens.
It did make me eat a lot of Reese Pieces though.
Yeah, that put them on the map. I guess M&M's was offered first, and M&M's turned them down.
Well, I was already eating those anyway, so I
love product placement.
All right, guys. Well, I don't know if Nerd's making it back or not. I don't know what happened there, but I do.
She's on the mothership.
I'm pretty sure she got abducted. Sorry.
Yeah.
No more nerd. No more nerd.
She's getting married to an alien now.
Oof.
Making some hybrids.
She's making that guy a citizen.
Elliot.
Yeah, that was creepy too. His voice.
Oh. Yeah. Everything about him, it was like designed to like creep the shit out of kids.
And when he's like hiding among the stuffed animals, like what the hell? That is creepy.
And then when they redid certain scenes and like did CG with him, and he was like even like crazy animated.
I don't think I've ever seen the re-edits. They took the guns out and like gave him walkie-talkies?
I've seen clips.
They took the guns out?
Yeah, I think like whenever the government guys are coming to take them away, they like CGI'd out their guns and gave them walkie-talkies because I guess that's too much for the kids to have them waving guns around.
Oh, jeez. But yet they can see a scary as crap alien.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I'll never understand that. The whole, we can't have guns in a film for kids. It's like, we had guns in films as kids growing up, and we're fine.
Well, I don't know. We have a creation of a wand pool. And
like I said, we're fine.
I agree, though. We used to all probably run around playing that we were shooting each other and everything, and it didn't make us really want to kill each other often.
No. I mean, being little shitheads is what made us want to kill each other.
Yeah.
I think you should only have like a certain window of opportunity after you make a movie to go back and edit it, because I don't like whether it's Steven Spielberg or George Lucas going back and editing their movies. Like I'm not a fan of that.
No, I agree. Don't edit your movies. Just leave them the way they were.
Especially Star Wars. I mean, that's just a travesty what he did to the original movies.
Just let people enjoy things, please.
Exactly.
It's like, if we liked it the way it was, why do you feel the need to constantly make these adjustments to it?
This is literally why we can't have nice things. I'm back.
Hey!
Did you get abducted?
And was it good?
Yes. Yes, I got addicted.
And how did it feel? Was it good?
No.
Oh,
not a fan of the program.
We only got 55 hours until the end of the Wampool campaign, so get on now. That's courtesy of JD Dishman, who let us know the exact amount of time that we got. So thank you, JD. I actually think I'm going to extend it by 24 hours, if just so that we have all of Friday for the people that are getting paid on Friday.
There you
Because
go.
I know that a lot of the times, like, people are just waiting for payday for that.
Let me tell you one thing. I think. Oh, okay.
There we go. Shut that down.
I-
Like a mouse. No, go ahead though.
Not the biggest fan of cosplay. Not a really great fan of cosplay. I have friends that do it. They do a really good job. Just not my thing. But I would love to see some Wanpool cosplay.
Oh, I probably should be doing some Robbie cosplay myself. I mean, I do kind of got the tall, blonde, wispy hair.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to cosplay as the lead character, the protagonist from the Abductables. Then
Okay.
I'm going to go with my shirt off and.
Yeah, I don't think that would be much of a stretch. I mean, you got similar physiques, so
Absolutely.
yeah. Just gotta go to a convention, running around in your underwear, you'll be good to go.
Exactly. I might wear shoes though, because
Yeah, the convention floor is probably pretty dirty. You might, it's funny. He
Good
wakes
rule of
up.
thumb.
The main character of the Abductables, he wakes up in his underwear because he just got abducted in his sleep. But at some point, he does actually suit up and get some alien gear. So he's not half naked the entire time. So in case people are wondering about that, he does suit up and get a nice nifty spacesuit. So
later on, maybe a tactical onesie.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, guys. Well, I know I kept you a good chunk of time. If there anything else you want to share, and Nerd, if you want to share anything else too before we close, feel free.
I like
One
all
pool.
these projects. I love Wanpool. You already know that. I've been a friend of Mr. Marvel since day one. So you guys shouldn't be questioning my love of Wanpool. I love Wanpool. And I want to see just cosplays of that till we forget about Gwenpool. Maybe even Deadpool. It'll just all be about Wanpool from that day forward.
That's
Everybody
right.
will just love Wanpool.
And if they don't replace Gwenpool with Wanpool, then they're officially bigots who hate fat people. They're fat shamers, and they hate Hispanics.
And
they want to build a wall.
He's a obviously, wouldn't you want to swap a blonde white girl with a Hispanic person of color who's also part of the LGBTQ
And fat.
and is plus size? They call it plus size.
Well, also, if you don't support the Abductables there, then you hate aliens.
It's true. It's true.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Anti-alien.
they are
Especially
a
the
form of
illegal
illegal
ones.
alien. So
We're going to hell, and I love it.
Dear goodness.
All right. Well, I think we should leave it at that, don't you?
I think so.
Go by Wanpool and make entertainment great again.
That's right. And the Abductables. So everyone, thank you. Yes.
Sorry, I just remembered something. If you don't mind.
But by all means.
I actually just wanted to add, I totally forgot to mention this, but also there is a brief Wanpool crossover page in the pages of Tim Lim's latest Wall Knight book.
That's right. I saw.
Yeah, and he did a great job. So if you guys are able to somehow snag yourself a copy of that, definitely do there if you want to get all of the Wanpool. But yeah, crossovers are doable in the indie sphere. So
That's because we all get along when we're not fighting.
Perfect.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you again for spending time with us. If you don't mind, share this video to help so people can hear about the people behind these wonderful products here, these wonderful books. Check them out. If it isn't for you, send it to somebody else. Heck, buy it for somebody else for a gift. Whatever it is, at least give it a chance. We greatly appreciate you taking your time and joining this evening with us. Until next time, keep it frugal.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me, Frugal Force.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure.